start your tool, but everything is going, so let's go into the game.
And there we see the players. We're just in the game. It's Druid Mirror.
Druid versus Druid, and really nice start for Barrett, I would say, with a White Rose. I like that one. Would redraw the rest, I have to admit. Like, get an Innervate, get other minions. If you were first, I might consider to keep it, since, well, already having one minion out is value. And what do we have for Barricade here?
He also has a Wild Cross and Innervate Senjin. That's really nice to have.
Both players have a nice hand to start with. I would give none of them a slight edge. Barrett is going to...
Well, I think the big thing with Barrett is that he can just coin Wild Cross and then next turn throw out the first Harvest Golem, follow up with another Harvest Golem, and that puts so much pressure onto Barricade.
I agree with you there. Like, the coin White Rose is normally never that what you want to do, since you have the maybe a turn 3 follow-up play, but then you cannot turn 4 follow-up as fast as you would like to. But with 2 Harvest Golems, this is just magic. Like, Harvest Golem. Okay, Barricade, he's gonna White Rose, and then there's Senjin. So yeah, you might have 2 Harvest Golems, but you're not getting past the Senjin.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. And he also has an Innervate on his hand, so he will throw out a lot of big minions, maybe even 2 years. Oh, double swipe. That's not really what he wants to have at that point of time.
Yeah, this is like, what is he going to do? He can drop the second Harvest, but as we see for Barricade, just attack, hero power, kill. So easy mode, one of those is dead. One Harvest is dead, and he has to attack again with his other Harvestar, and he even has a Raz, so he can kill the left one, hero ability kill it, and kill the right one. You could also swipe, but I feel like, well, you kill the right one and then you swipe. So that actually feels like the best move to do here. Or not the best, but it's impossible. You could also hero ability, but I wouldn't Raz. Keep the Raz for later. You don't need 100% a card draw. You get Innervate scenarios in 2 turns.
Yeah, it's way better to keep the Innervate, especially if you have 2 swipes on your hand. And Raz is just more versatile to use.
Yeah, you shouldn't use it for the card draw now. That's like, when you can hero power, you will regret using it. You want to have the 3 damage later on. That's like really important. What would you do now? Like, attack with your Harvestar? Use your hero power and then Innervate Druid of the Claw or Zoodrake? Something like that?
I would Innervate the Zoodrake.
Well, play it first. Card draw
play it first.
Correct.
Check what you get. And then probably just trade, attack with your hero ability. Because if you play the Druid, you want to make use of him. Like, either charge or have a big taunt out. But playing a big taunt when turn 6 is coming up is just too risky if there's a Black Knight.
Yeah, you cannot taunt it up. It's like, as for Nimsh, never taunted up his Druids of the Claw. And that's like, all Druid players are going to tell you, never taunt that one up, since it's so much better to just charge in. Well, so there's a second swipe, and next turn just Innervate scenarios. For Barricade, it's looking at the moment really nice.
Yeah, but he has not that much follow-up. Now we will see another... I guess another Zoodrake. Just get more options, and you want to be like make use.
Oh, Innervate. So next turn he can play Druid of the Claw, Innervate, Keeper. He can play Kodo, Raz, hero ability, something like that. So there's some possibilities. He could Senjin, Raz, Innervate hero power, but that feels like really sad. Would you play this, like, if he has an Azure out and would drop a swipe now, for example? That would just be devastating for you.
That would just be crazy. I think he will Kodo, or like first of all rest, draw a card, and then follow up with a Kodo to just clear the taunts and have the board control. And as we all know, Druid sort of struggles to, like, if you get the board full with beefy monsters, Druid struggles to clear it, especially when the swipes are gone already.
You could also Raz the scenarios and then Kodo kill with your minions the left and the right tree, so you're actually able to kill the scenarios next turn with your 4/2 or with your 3/5 plus hero power. So I feel like it's good to draw a card just to get it, And he's thinking about just hitting scenarios. That's a 5/8 minion. You need to get it down. If you don't have something like a lucky sniper Ragnaros that's hitting that away, you're kind of struggling to get him killed.
It's true.
And so, what card?
I think he might be afraid of.
Oh, another Raz. That's
wow.
that's useful. So, getting the board cleared. And, oh, wow. Now he can just innervate Raz and kill the minion.
Cleared.
So, that was really nice for him. Good counter.
Effectively, he had to use 3 cards, but he got 1 back. So, basically the same amount of cards Barricade used.
That was okay. He got rid of Scenarius in 1 turn, and that turns out to be really nice. And the only follow-up Barricade has, well, is Ascension plus Mark of the Wild, maybe. But as we know, there's just Silence on it. There's Cairn just waiting to drop. So Barrett's hand with a Cairn is just way better, I would say, because he has Cairn, and Cairn is just so annoying.
Yeah, you need to silence Cairn. There's really no great way around it. Yeah, we see the Senjin Mock of the Wild play.
He has double Raz. He could have used 1 to draw a card, but that would just be waste. Rather use it on a minion you cannot kill in 1 turn. I mean, 5/7 Senjin just gonna kill the Kodo if he's actually not silencing it.
He's gonna silence it.
You could silence and just play his Roar if he wants to kill the Testingo. That would be possible.
I think that's overkill to play the Roar.
But what else? So if you drop your Keeper of the Grove, and then you just pass,
You play the Keeper of the Grove.
you silence him. Well, then you can attack
you
the
trade
face.
with. I think I would even trade.
Yeah, but you cannot kill it. So you could attack and then hero power, but it won't die.
That's
So
true, but he has a harder time trading.
I would just go for the face. Like, you don't have the dire need to trade. Next turn, you can still go for the Savage Roar on those 2 minions and then kill the Testingo.
Even when you're behind?
Well, he's not behind. He's looking good. He has a 2/4, 3/5 out. Enemy 2 cards. Scenarius is gone.
I would just, like, when I have that cards on my hand, I would go for board control. That's why I would attack him immediately.
I mean, if there's a swipe and hero
There's
power
no swipe
follow up.
left.
For Barricade, did he use both swipes?
Yep.
Oh, that's true. So there's no swipe to come. Then no danger of trading. There's just no need. I mean, we know there's double Raz, but you cannot predict something like that in his hand. You're predicting Force of Nature Roar in your enemy's hand, but not a double Raz.
But even then, you're kind of like, you're totally okay if he uses double rest on that.
Oh, Alexstrasza. That's now it's getting interesting. Are you going to trade, or just Alexstrasza his face, get your big 8/8 out and go for the face?
Still the potential of Big Game Hunter.
Yeah, absolutely. But people tend to drop out Big Game Hunters since there are more and more Murka rogues, and Druids tend to not play Ragnaros,
And
not
Shamans.
Alexstrasza, and Shamans. Like, all those cards are not handlock. Last deck that's actually running big minions, but Big Game Hunter gets thrown out by a lot of decks. So I feel like playing the Alexstrasza puts you in a great position. You bring him down, you can actually attack him, and you have 2 cards in your hand. So he needs to play like you're having Force of Nature and Roar, since if you attack him now, he's just in range.
Yeah.
And that's like the trap you're setting up.
He's really afraid now because he knows 14 is a magical number.
And he's on 13.
Exactly. When he armors up, he's in 14. So what could he do here?
Well, he can this time play Savage Roar plus a swipe, for example. Just like Savage Roar up, and then his...
No, then he would die to the Force of Nature combo. He has a...
he has to
So
he has to play it. So I was like playing as it were not there. So you have to play the taunt. I agree with you there. But would you still... Though you play the taunt, and either you swipe and run both minions in, or you go Savage Roar and run both minions in. So in the end, you're pretty screwed, I would say. Like, you need a taunt up, but you could clear Genius with Savage Roar. Like, you can run in
Maybe he's just taking the risk. Which is totally fine. Like, the chance that he has Force of Nature Raw on his hand already is very low, considering that he didn't use that much.
I mean,
like, he didn't have any Ancient of Lores, only 2 Azure Drakes. Like, his card row was more or less non-existent.
It's just too perfect. You can swipe, then attack with a keeper, and kill the Testingo with your other minion. That's like too good clear to not do. He's left with a 5-2. Well, Barricade can draw 2 cards now, which is extremely unlucky for Barrett in the end. But he still has Karen and Druid of the Claw in his hand.
Even if he draws a Force of Nature and War now, there's no way he can play it. He can
White
even
Rose.
draw 3
Oh,
cards.
you can draw 3 cards. That's just crazy. I mean, if he gets a Ancient of Lore now, is it like that would be the best thing to draw? Well, Keeper is good, but you're gonna draw more cards. You need those cards.
Yeah, needs to come back into the game.
Would you consider using your
Nice.
Black Knight?
Oh, that's mean.
Well, he's not gonna taunt it up. Well, okay, he might taunt it up, but he's on 15 already next turn. So he goes for 3 cards, as we said.
Oh,
If he uses that one, he's gonna regret it so hard.
yeah, he is.
Especially since we know Druid of the Claw could just charge in and kill that minion. But he's down to 12 again, so in theory he needs to taunt it up. But that could be devastating.
I still think charging in is the best play.
Yeah, well, if there's Force of Nature and Roar, it's just instant GG. But if not, everything is perfect for you. And he decides to... Well, he doesn't care. It seems like he's like, if he had the combo last turn, he would have used it. He's not going to redraw it.
But he drew 3 cards, so the potential gets higher and higher.
Well, he can.
Wow.
Well, Ragnarok's Mark of the White just for the loot. No, he's not going to Mark of the White his Ragnarok. That would be madness. I don't know if I would even Mark of the White here. I would keep it for the combo. So I would have kept the Mark of the White for Black Knight next turn. And is he going to keep the Karen? Wow, that's good.
It's just nasty. Like,
Big Game Hunter, top deck. I'm sorry, but that's just perfect for Barrett. Without this, it would just be over. Like, okay, he could have maybe fought back, but if Ragnaros keeps hitting the minions, that was...
Now it looks just awful for him.
I don't want to say he's screwed, but hardcore. I mean, even if he gets a Force of Nature now, he could clear 2 minions from the board, but then there's the Druid of the Claw follow-up. That faceless. If Ragnaros survived one turn, he would have won the game so hard. I mean, so hard. Like, crazy.
Damn.
Like, he can only try to bring him down.
He has to play the Black Knight. Why is he not playing the Black Knight?
He wants to get some value. As soon as he plays him, there's just gonna be Druid of the Claw taunt up. But like this, now you're gonna see it charged up, and then he could have anyway played the Black Knight, as you say.
It's just... Well, then he would have at least something on the board. And even if your opponent then throws out a big taunt, you still have the Faceless. And you can't just leave 8 mana, like end the turn with 8 mana when you already have 0 board control. I just think that was really risky.
If we think back, we see the Black Knight, he just runs in his Big Game Hunter plus Druid of the plus Keeper, and then puts down a 4/6 Taunter. As you say, he could have Facelessed it. But then he redrew a Black Knight. So yes, he should have played it. But if we go back in time, he would have just been screwed completely. So he's Facelessing, and then like, wow, I survive, and then Black Knight, and he's gonna cry.
Wouldn't have changed anything.
Yeah. I would say Barricade played this good, but Barrett just had the better cards in the end, so he had a really nice follow-up and everything to the right time, especially that Karen. Well, Karen got Ragnaros, but the top deck, just that top deck Big Game Hunter won him the game.
Yep.
So this is going to be the 1-0 for Barrett.
Damn.
Yeah, damn. There's a Force of Nature, so he can clear something from the board and in theory survive another turn. So he can kill Karen and the Big Game Hunter. This is so mad.
He's probably gonna clear the Druid though.
Yeah, the Druid. I was just like focusing on the Karen, since in my brain you could hero power and kill him.
Yeah.
But that's like not gonna happen. You need 1 tree more. Like give him a Force of Nature for 8 with 4 trees. That would just be perfect now. He could clear 3 minions from the board like that. But now, well, he's gonna take 6 damage next turn, 7 damage. The same thing I did, just looking from the left to the right and forgetting, like not thinking that you can
What?
kill. Okay, he wants to phases it. That's the reason. Okay, we missed that step. He can phases it and charge it into the other minion. But then he's
Okay, if he top decks War, he might actually win, but
Well,
not if Barrett armors up, which he's obviously going to do.
well, no armor up needed. You were watching the wrong screen. So
Yeah, that's
GG.
another druid.
GG Drew.
Yeah, and we see
Shaman.
it's a shaman.
So really nice matchup for both players. I would say like both players have a goodie. Harvest Golem and Chowan Yeti for Barrett here. And Barricade, he needs to redraw. He might keep the Earthshock. That's good if you face a Harvest Golem. And he had to fight 2 Harvest Golems in the early game. So he might keep it. The good thing is if you get Earthshock and, for example, turn 2, you coin out the Pharaoh Spirits. You have 2/2/3s. He attacks with you attack his Harvest Golem, or he attacks with his Harvest Golem, and then you can just Earthshock away that 1 HP. And that's like the best move. Well, then you can get swiped, but it's like a really nice move to do.
I agree.
Oh, that's... Well, it's okay. You can kill everything, but it sucks. You have no Argent Squire. You want to have that. You want to have your Pharaoh Spirits, Unbound Elemental. Oh, this is...
No early drops.
Yeah.
It's grim. And
this is-
Barrett has already a really nice curve on his hand.
I agree with you there.
I think he really wanted to have the Unbound Feral Spirit combo early to get some map presence and then start putting out all those totems. Yeah, didn't really work out for him, did it?
So there's the Harvest Golem coming, and what is Barricade gonna do? So he could rock biter that minion now, but he has no option to kill it then. It hurts him so much. Oh, and Alakir. So he has an Azure Drake, Fire Elemental, Alakir, and only spells. What is this hand? It's just ridiculous. He could have
messy.
considered dropping his Lightning Bolt if he ain't wanna coin out his Azure Drake next turn.
I think that's what he's going for.
Yeah.
Oh,
And even a Yeti.
is he?
Oh, there are the Pharaoh Spirits 1 turn too late. Well, it's still okay. You got the Pharaoh Spirits. They can kill a Yeti together with a Rockbiter. You could go
man.
for Pharaoh Spirits and then Rockbiter away the Harvest Golem, for example.
The problem is he really desperately wants... No, he doesn't.
Oh,
He wants to get the board control somehow.
but he ain't getting it.
No.
Not this turn. So he could drop Pharaoh Spirits and then Rockbiter or a Lightning Bolt the Golem. I would assume to Rockbiter. The good thing is if you Rockbiter the Golem away, you can next turn play a Azure Drake and coin out still your Lightning Bolt, or just coin out the Fire Elemental. So, and I would have liked that move way more.
Wow.
So, wow, this is like...
This is most likely gonna be a coin Pharaoh Spirits, in my opinion.
But I feel there was a better move. Just getting those Pharaoh Spirits out. If he kills them both with his minions, that's okay. If one of your spirits does 2 damage to the Yeti, you can just kill it for free, like for 1 Lightning Bolt. And now he overloaded himself by 4.
Yeah, next turn his only play is gonna be Rockbiter.
I
Really
didn't like that move at all.
Yeah, I think it was meh.
Now it would have been better to just drop the Pharaoh Spirits, Rockbiter away the Harvest Golem, and well, if his Yeti takes 2 damage, that's just perfect for you. There's a Raz, now attack with his Harvest and Hero ability, and there's the missing Earthshock actually. We have the turn 3 Harvest Golem, and we do not have the Earthshock. This hurts. How are you gonna kill a 1 HP minion? That's doom for a Shaman. All your spells do 3 damage. And you do not want to waste them for 1 HP. Top deck Earthshock. Not happening.
Nope.
Lightning Storm. More or less.
End turn, just give Barrett the board for free.
Oh, this is like a really good game for Barrett. And sad phase for Barricade.
I think it's good right now.
Zurek isn't okay. He could charge in, but why charge in if you just can draw a card and you can still charge in? This is like the good thing. And he gets an Ancient of Lore. So he can just plaster the board until turn 9 with minions, and then Ancient of Lore him to the max.
Azure Drake.
And now that's why I would have played my 1 Rockbiter, just tank the damage. You have an Azure Drake, And he can always deal 4 damage together with a lightning bolt, and that's what he's missing now. So I would just say slight misplay, double lightning bolt. And even if he only lightning bolted 1, he could have totemed last
He could have
turn.
played a totem, exactly.
Well, that's not what's gonna save him in any way. But it just feels like now that he gave away so much with that double Rockbiter play, double lightning bolt play.
It's rough.
Are you gonna draw cards or drop your keeper? It was like he could have considered dropping his Keeper of the Grove to ping it for 2 and then kill the minion.
I think he's just gonna trade, get more options, because then he can react however he likes to.
Yep, I agree with you there. Fire Elemental, shooting away the minion.
It is. And now Rockbiter, but you can't waste the Rockbiter for...
Well, the annoying thing is if you wait for turn 9, you could go Alakir Rockbiter and kill 2 big minions. You could kill actually Taunted Up Druid of the Claw. Now your Fire Elemental is just gonna die to the Ancient of Lore. At least you cleared the board, okay? We can say this, you cleared the board, but Druid of the Claw and Harvest Golem follow-up, plus Scenarios turn 9, this is just looking really awesome for Beherit.
Do you think he's gonna play his Druid?
He could YOLO Rack, but if there's a big Game Hunter, you just lose it instantly, and he has no Force of Nature Roar, or if he's even playing it. I would play Druid of the Claw plus Harvest Golem, and then just next turn go crazy with Scenarios on them.
I agree.
But it's okay to play
safer.
Ragnaros. But in a Shaman, there's Hex. There's a big Game Hunter. Well, there ain't double Earthshock, a double Lightning Bolt. That ain't happening. And now you just gave Barricade the chance to come back. It was unnecessary, in my opinion.
It was too risky.
Yeah, now Unbound Elemental, I would say, and really nice board out in the end for Barricade. 3 minions plus a Flame Tank Totem in the next turn. This is looking good. If he plays him, he should play him. There's no reason to not.
Well,
that makes no sense. Like, never play the Flame Tank Totem if you don't use it.
boom.
Yeah, you play the Flame Tank Totem, and then you make instant use of it by going crazy on your enemies. And he can go like Keeper of the Grove on the left one, and then just Kodo, either he kills the taunt, or he killed the Flame Tank Totem. Or he just silences the Flame Tank Totem, but I see too much value in 2 damaging the Game Hunter.
Agreed.
That's my favorite move. Yeah, keeper the Game Hunter and just Kodo.
It's an easy choice.
Yeah, and Flame Tank Totem dies. And that was just where's that? Okay, the Unbound Elemental could have died too to the Kodo, so
Exactly,
he
that
might have saved him.
What I was thinking, you want to play Unbound, then immediately use something to buff it up.
Well, the good thing is, the annoying thing is, if he had played it last turn, he could have gone this turn for Fire Elemental plus Lightning Storm to kill the Kodo, for example, and even his Unbound would get buffed up.
If it survived.
Yeah, if it survived. So if he had played it and it would survive, but then he could have gone for the Fire Elemental plus the Taunt Totem.
Yep.
So in the end, it would have just been better playing the Unbound, even if it dies. He can still go for it, and it's enough. I just feel like the other way around, it would have been cooler.
Safer at least. And
and your Unbound would have gotten buff up, and that's what I'm missing now. So you play the Lightning Storm, you get no buff ups, and there's no value Storm. Let's swipe. We can swipe Hero Power, kill the Totem, run in his 2/2, or just tanks. Actually, tank 6 damage. I was like, I don't want to tank 6 damage, but don't care. You're good. You can swipe and drop Harvester. You can swipe and drop Druid of the Claw, charged up. This is perfect. Feels really good. Well, then you cannot Hero Power anymore. Where I am today, you can Harvest Golem if you Hero Power, like I said.
You can't.
There's a Mark of the Wild missing. That would be really nice now for the big Game Hunter combo.
Yeah, well, we know there's a Flame Tongue.
What can you do? So he attacks, swipes, Hero Powers, kills the Fire Elemental, and then plays a Harvest Golem.
Yeah.
That's for me like
the
the play.
Then he can play Scenarios next turn.
You could go for the big game hunter just to have a big game hunter out, but there's still the possibility of meeting a Ragnaros, meeting a 8/5 Fire Elemental. So he cleared the board good, and now we're going to see how Barricade is reacting.
If he is reacting at all.
Well, there's a silence. That's good. So he could drop his.
Alakir. But he can't silence because
Yeah.
he's overloaded from last turn.
He could drop his Unbound and just Manatai Totem, draw a card. And if your enemy goes for your Unbound with his 2/3 and 2/2, you can Earthshock him next turn. So that's a possible move.
The problem is 6 cards on the Druid's hand, and you're in range of Force of Nature.
But it hurts now so much, you're just dying to an attack from the Harvest Machine plus Hero Power. So you're just losing your Alakir for free, more or less. Plus a follow-up from a Druid of the Claw, plus White Rose for a card draw if he wants to, or he just innovates out scenarios. There are like several moves for Barrett now. Okay, maybe just card draw first. If you don't want to play your scenarios, then just card draw first with a White Rose.
Could also go for double charge. I think double charge might be the best thing here.
Well, double charge sounds really good, especially after we saw the lightning storm going down. So you don't need to fear that at the moment. The thing I like about the double charge is you deal 8 damage this turn, and next turn you can actually buff him up with scenarios and do additional 4.
If you need, like, I mean, he's down to 16, he would be down to 8. Like, it's lethal if there's no taunt.
I
or
agree.
Clear.
I think it's still good. I mean, even if one of your little minions dies, you get 7 damage, plus 2 Druid of the Claw, that's 15 damage. That's not GG, but yeah, that's more than enough to have a really good...
There was actually not a single play how Barrett could have lost the turn with double Druid of the Claw.
Yep.
Even with Leroy, Wind Fury and Rockbiter.
Wouldn't kill him.
No way.
And there was one Rockbiter already gone, so...
Exactly, there's
don't have to
there's
fear
no
two.
potential of Leroy. Well, there's Leroy, Wind Fury, Rockbiter, Flame Tongue, but even that would be at
22.
22 damage?
Yeah,
See, at
not
22.
not enough.
Not enough.
And that combo, well, the combo is possible, but people tend to not play it. So, shouldn't happen. And Barricade, well, couldn't do a lot here. He's thinking about double Earthshock, but, well, double Earthshock. Not what you want to do. And Barrett, I would say just GG for him. This looks extremely good. We're going to see the 2-0 from Innovation, I guess, in the first game here.
Yeah,
Keeper of the Grove.
They are the underdogs, of course.
And there are the underdogs in this match. MiA is at the moment, was it second? So, and they are 7th. No, 8th actually. At the button.
It's one short of lethal.
Yeah, you can double Druid. That's not enough. I guess I would just trade with the 4-8. Just go safe. You can trade with the 4-8 with a 1-1 and still charge in, and your board is just extremely important. Or you bring him down to 1 and you got the Keeper of the Grove next turn.
What does he want to draw?
Well, we could draw Swipe-Poo and just swipe the Black Knight. Well, he could draw an Innervate, and it didn't even matter what he played, so that was intended by Barrett. Your maximum
Nice.
BM mode activated. Just gonna go with the Innervate now. Druid of the Claw, Innervate, Druid of the Claw. Pulling those cards out of his deck. Well, that was a sign, I would say, from somewhere. Just play it. Go your double 5s.
Going for the face.
Yeah, if he brings him down now, he should just play the double chargers. At least one charger.
Play one charge, and next turn you can go... Still think it's weird how he plays it.
You could have brought him down to 1 and then just won his Keeper of the Grove, since no Shaman is playing the Earthen Ring Farseer.
Yeah.
I guess it makes no difference. This is a 1 game. He brings him down to 5. Even if there are 2 hacks plus whatever, he would be down to 1 or now down to 5 and just lose the next turn. It's just well played by Barrett. He's going to win the game here. Druid just too good. Those White Crows, every time they got a White Crows, those Harvest Golems, we have to admit, not a good draw for Barricade. I mean, he started with double Lightning Bolt and the Rockbiter weapon.
Well, he kinda messed it up himself.
Yep. Slight misplay
like
in
not
the
keeping the Earthshock is risky, especially when you saw 2 Harvest Golems in the match before.
Yep.
Like, it's arguable to keep it or not keep it when you don't know what's coming at you. But he knew.
I guess the whole course of the game was when, well, when there was a Yeti and he didn't know how to deal with it, and he did the double lightning bolt, and I think I just didn't like that move. If he didn't do it, he could have gone the next turn for the